Hello, today I will be analyzing William Shakespeare's Sonnet 29. I will start off talking about the structure. The structure of this sonnet is an English sonnet. English sonnets, as well as other types, are usually about love, which this one is. In his first quatrain, he talks about the feeling of being alone and how no one is hearing his cries. In this, he uses diction like outcast to show just how alone he is. He also uses diction like disgrace, without fortune, and bootless to show a poor connotation and how just unlucky he really is. In line 3, when he talks about deaf heaven, he is talking about how basically heaven is not listening to him. He is making it seem as if he is a nuisance, and all his poor cries and troubles fall onto deaf ears in heaven. When Shakespeare enters quatrain 2, he talks about how he wants this man's appearance or future features and this man's friends, or that man's talents and that man's intelligence. And he is basically saying he is not content with what he has. And in this, Shakespeare uses diction like rich to describe just how much he wished and how hopeful he was to be or to have what these people have. When you start to go down to line 9, there's a shift because you see the word yet. When he says yet, he is talking about how although he has like those thoughts of despise, he uses the word despise to bring out that feeling, to describe just how strong the feeling is. He says because of you or because of her, he is happy. He thinks happily on how he feel or in that state. Shakespeare then says, "Light to the lark at break of day arising." Now this is a simile. This simile is comparing her to a bird at break of day rising. Basically saying that she is like giving this is like she's giving him freedom. Because when you think of birds overall symbolize freedom. He then goes on to say, "From sullen earth sings hymns at heaven gates." Basically saying this is from sullen earth is basically personification. In this personification, he's talking about from this like evil and worse earth, just you, with you. Now he's singing hymns to heaven gates. And this to me is interesting because at the beginning, when he was talking about how he's within himself, it was deaf heaven. But down here, when he gets to line 12, he talks about how he's singing hymns at heaven's gates. Meaning now heaven is listening, and it is a beautiful sound, and they're more intrigued with him. For thy sweet love remembered such wealth brings, that then I scorn to change my state with kings. When he uses the diction of being wealth, of having wealth and kings, he basically uses monetary diction all throughout the work. when he says bootless meaning poor, or rich in hope, wealth, and kings, because kings, when you think of kings, kings have a lot of money. So he's using monetary diction throughout this poem, or like you could say a rich connotation, to help him describe how either depressed he was at the beginning, or just how optimistic he is now. And when he says, for thy sweet love remembered such wealth brings, he's basically saying this love that that he has for her has gave him wealth. And the overall theme of this would be love makes one rich.